Welcome to this lesson on double integrals over general regions. In single variable calculus, we integrate over intervals. But in multivariable calculus, the domain of integration becomes a two-dimensional region. Today, we will master the two fundamental ways to describe these regions, type 1 and type 2. Understanding this distinction is the most critical step in setting up double integrals correctly. Let's start by comparing what you already know with what is new. On the left, we have a rectangular region. This is the simplest case where the boundaries are just constant numbers. However, most real-world problems involve regions with curved boundaries, like the blob on the right. These are called general regions. The challenge is, how do we describe these irregular shapes mathematically to set up an integral? The first method is classifying a region as type 1, or vertically simple. A region is type 1 if it lies between two vertical lines, x equals a and x equals b. Crucially, its top and bottom boundaries are defined by continuous functions of x. Think of this as slicing the region vertically. For every x in the interval, y goes from a bottom curve to a top curve. Let's look at the geometry of a type 1 region. Notice the vertical arrow. It starts at the bottom green curve, g1 of x, and goes up to the top pink curve, g2 of x. This arrow represents our order of integration. We are integrating with respect to y first. The region is sandwiched between left and right constants a and b. Here is the formula for calculating the double integral over a type 1 region. Notice the order of the differentials. dy, then dx. The inner integral limits are functions of x, representing the bottom and top curves. The outer integral limits are constants a and b. Always remember, the outer limits must be constants. Now let's look at the second method, type 2, or horizontally simple regions. A region is type 2 if it lies between two horizontal lines, y equals c and y equals d. Here, the region is bounded on the left and right by functions of y instead of vertical slices. We think of slicing this region horizontally. Visually, a type 2 region is best analyzed with a horizontal arrow. The arrow starts at the left blue curve, h1 of y, and moves to the right red curve, h2 of y. This indicates that we integrate with respect to x first. The entire region is stacked between the constant y values c and d. The formula for a type 2 region reflects this horizontal orientation. The differentials are now dx, then dy. The inner integral limits are functions of y, representing the left and right boundaries. The outer integral handles the constant range for y, from c to d. This order is essential for solving the problem correctly. How do you decide which method to use? It often depends on the shape of the region. Use type 1 if the top and bottom are clearly defined by single functions. Use type 2 if the left and right sides are cleaner. A great tip is to draw a line through the region. If a vertical line enters and exits the same curves everywhere, it's type 1. If a horizontal line works better, it's type 2. To wrap up, remember these 4 key points. 1. Type 1 regions integrate y then x. 2. Type 2 regions integrate x then y. 3. The outer integral limits are always constants, never functions. And 4. Always sketch your region before setting up the integral. It is the only way to guarantee you have the correct limits.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.